Speaking with Chris Swallow this morning from DeSoto Resources. Chris, morning.
Good morning, how are we?
Yeah, good, Chris. Look, the market certainly likes news of your acquisition this morning, this rare earths project in the Northern Territory. Just firstly, tell us a bit as to what caught your attention with this asset.
Yeah, so DeSoto was already working in the Northern Territory on our gold project called the Fenton Gold Project. We flew an AEM survey, a magnetic survey, airborne magnetic survey over the property last year. Lit up an anomaly, just got absolutely booming anomaly, was just absolutely lit up in front of our eyes. We spoke to the vendor. He agreed that it had a lot of potential. We got into some of the historicals of the project and worked out that there was actually a bit of drilling that was done there previously. They had hit some rare earths. It was uranium focused drilling, but they hit some rare earths. We liked it. He liked it. It provides two walk-up exploration targets for us. So away we go.
Well, give us a bit more detail, Chris, as to some of this historical drilling. What do we know?
Yeah, so the company that drilled it, kind of 15 years ago, they were looking at really like low-level uranium anomalies at the surface, really low level. To our mind, we're not really sure why they picked to drill where they did. There's low-level anomalism along this strike extent of about 4.5 kilometres. I think they just picked a target, chose to drill underneath it, and they jagged what is a pretty impressive rare earths hit. So, it's probably a little bit deep where they've hit it in the system, but there's no reason they could have drilled here, they could have drilled there, they could have drilled anywhere, they could have drilled anywhere along that strike. We know the system shallows to the south. That's what we're really comfortable, exploring ourselves. So we're going to be looking for shallow extents of the rare earths. The grade's good. We've got work to do on the met, but as far as a walk-up exploration play, makes a lot of sense.
And this is interesting. There's also a nice looking base metals target there.
Yeah, so what drew our attention originally to the project was the fact that there was this, stonking magnetic anomaly that we picked up in our overflight. What we love about it is, there's definitely a discrete conductor under there, but there's also, kind of copper anomalism at the surface that we can attack too. So what are you looking for in a really good exploration target? You're looking for some, some geochemical support at surface, which we got, and you're looking for a big conductor to go and hit down low, which we've got as well. So for us, on top of the rare earths, it's all kind of paired into the same system, we think it's part of the same system. For us, makes a lot of sense. We're cashed up, so it's got $6 million in cash. We've got, a really strong technical team. Everyone in the team, except for myself, is technical. So we're a technically led team, bar me. In that regard, we are, strong in our exploration skills. We're looking forward to getting out there and getting it done.
And so what are your immediate plans for the project?
Get out there and drill. So the rare earths, as I said, we need to hit it shallower. There's a lot of strike extent to go and drill. So we're going to go and look to put some holes in and see if we can hit the rare earths shallower than what's been found previously. And then we're going to do a little bit more geophysical work on the property in general. So probably some ground EM. There's a bunch of different things which we're going to probably do to ahead of drilling the base metals target. But not too often you get to see this kind of target, which was actually sitting inside our existing license area that we were kind of aware of, but obviously weren't aware of its full potential. We're going to go and get into it and get the drilling done.
So this was on private property, was it?
It's owned by a group called Copper Oz. They're a kind of a technically led group that looks at picking up early stage ideas all over the place, from what we can tell. But we knew it was the private property was there. We just didn't know its potential. But we're working with the vendor who's technically strong. We're kind of uncovering its potential as we go.
I suppose you mentioned the strong team you've got there. Many will be familiar, of course, with Paul Roberts, the founder of Predictive Discovery. Just tell us a bit more about the people you've got.
Look, we're basically the old PDI team. I was in corporate development under Paul at PDI. Then basically, once he finished his tenure there, the team basically decamped and came across to DeSoto. So Paul's chairman, Barry Murphy, who was heavily involved in the Bankan discovery in Guinea that a lot of people would be aware of. He was heavily involved in a lot of the regional exploration. He's come across to DeSoto as a NED. Bianca Mansi, who's our exploration manager, she was working under Paul as well. So we've got a really, really strong technical team, and from top to bottom, that decides the kind of projects that we take on as a company. And in that regard, we're maybe a little bit different from some of the West Perth companies that you might see around the traps. We're a technically led team. My board and the team, won't back a project that I don't believe is technically strong. And in this regard, this project stood up to all of those kind of metrics. So that's why we took it on board. And and as well supported, as I said, by our strong technical skills that sit at board level all the way through to exploration level. Market probably didn't really understand the significance of the results that we had last year, but up and down the fence and trend, we know it's a big system, a big structural system. It is exploring undercover, but what we see is an opportunity to make, probably multiple discoveries up and down the trend. DeSoto's done a good job of pegging most of the prospective areas and all of the prospective areas on what we call the fence and shear zone. Now it's our job to go and work out where the best areas to drill are and hopefully make a big discovery.
Good to speak, Chris. Thanks for your time.
Thanks so much.